What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. So we watching Meek Mill spiral out of control right before our eyes. The brother might crash out in a minute. He acting like Tupac was acting right before he stumped out Orlando Anderson. I'm talking about engaging in self-destructive behavior, talking about getting dudes stretched out, all that, which means getting them unalived. So what happened was Wale, a former label mate of Meek Mill on the MMG label under Rick Ross, Wale took a picture with Dean, who is a former close friend of Meek Mill, but currently Meek Mill and Dean are into it with each other heavily. So Wale seen Dean out somewhere and took a picture with him. Wale explained, "Listen, man, I don't know, like, listen, I don't get into dudes' beefs because one minute they could be into it with each other, the next day they could be cool." So Wale, like, listen, I met Dean through you, Meek. So why, when I see him, why would I act funny style? Why would I act like I don't know him? Why would I turn my head? Why would I act like, I wouldn't do that, because when I met him through you, it was all love. And Meek Mill and Wale aren't super close. They ain't extremely buddy. They ain't best friends in the world. So why, when I see a dude that I met through you and we cool, why would I act like I hate him, or don't act like I don't see him because you into it with him? Bro, like, no, that's your situation with him. We ain't best friends, super buddies. So why would I not be cool with him? Now, okay, Dean probably was antagonizing Meek by taking a picture with him. Probably so, right? But Wale ain't gonna deny the picture, because he like, yo, we were cool. I met you through Meek. We was cool. Like, I ain't got no issue with you. Meek get on Twitter wilding out on Wale, talking about Wale always been fake, phony. He always been hating on him, and he always just, he always been a hater. He been this, that, and the third, and how he really could have got Wale touched a long time ago. How when he first met Wale got jumped at his own party, and Meek was, we was helping him fight, and how he always been a clown. He a sucker in DC, all this and all of that. Meek even talking about how he should have got him stretched a long time ago. He could have got him stretched or touched a long time ago. Like, implicating like gang stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Talking about, he gonna hit up Glizzy, Shy Glizzy from DC. If I hit up Glizzy, basically making it seem like something can happen to Wale if he hit up Glizzy, if he hit up Shy Glizzy. And I'm like, yo, what? This is just silly, bro. Just silly stuff. And for a dude to be about, a dude who is about prison reform, like Meek Mill say he is, for him to be engaging in something like this, where you talking about unaliving people, sliding on folks. About a month ago, we seen Meek Mill riding through Philadelphia looking for young shorties that he into it with, like he riding around looking for beef, like this is Grand Theft Auto, like this is a goddamn on video game or something. Like, this is not real life, bro. You are a successful rapper with children. Why are you outside riding around through the hood of Philadelphia, acting like you looking for dudes at 1, 2 in the morning, like you ready to go to war? You not, bro. You a rapper, make your money, take care of your family, and just be happy. I don't know if he on Percocets or something. He just wake up angry every day, writing these long soliloquies. He called Wale a groupie. Oh, you a groupie, trying to take a picture with Michael Rubin and all of that. Now, Meek, to be fair, a lot of people can call Meek a groupie for how he was bunny hopping for Michael Rubin and letting Michael Rubin holler and yell at him because he lost a bet and making him bunny hop, and how Meek always was taking pictures with him. Now, and I'm going to say this too, to play devil's advocate. I know Michael Rubin got Meek Mill out of jail, helped to get him out of prison, so okay, cool. But Meek be acting like a groupie around famous folks too, especially famous white men. He act the wealthy white man, not famous, wealthy white men. Meek be acting like a groupie too. He always be, and I'm a big fan of Meek's music. I really am, right? I was listening to the Wins and Losses album. Is one of the most underrated albums of that year when it dropped, right? Probably one of my favorite Meek Mill albums for sure. Might be my favorite. It is my favorite. Matter of fact, it is, right? And so I'm not speaking like I'm a hater of Meek Mill. I'm a fan of his music for sure, but you being a hypocrite calling Wale a groupie because, I shouldn't have had my son shake your hand and all of that, and then talking about, he always want to be around Michael Rubin. Bro, Meek, you be smiling and skinning and grinning every time you around Robert Kraft and Michael Rubin. But it's just like all this, he talking about unaliving and stretching people, then implicating other people in his mess. I could have called up Shy Glizzy. Bro, what? Don't try to implicate another man in some issues that you got with another man, with Wale. Don't do that. Especially if Meek, if you from the trenches and you from the street, and we against this no snitching, don't publicly implicate me that you could have called me and something could have happened to Wale. If I'm Shy Glizzy, I'm looking like, what? Me? What? You know what I mean? Furthermore, I ain't riding. If I'm Meek, I'm looking at him like I wouldn't ride out a green light a dude from my city because you got an issue with him. Cool it out, man. Like, I don't know. It just seemed real clowned out. And Meek is really, he reminds me of a lot of hood dudes I grew up with. Super emotional, not emotionally intelligent. Just ready to just rambles, just to be rambling. Don't know what they saying. Don't know what they talking about. Just saying stuff just to sound tough. Just to sound full of bravado, to sound like they just the hardest dude alive, and don't realize that you're saying things that could definitely backfire on you in a lot of different ways. You know, and me got a lot of growing up to do. He grown, but he's very foolish. He's very when I say this, man, he's not the most emotionally intelligent individual. And I don't even think he knows how to really intelligently respond when conflict arises. Especially when it's with conflict against dudes he feel like it's not street. Like, you doing all of this against Wale. He ain't no street dude. He ain't no dude that ever claimed to be on the block in the trenches doing anything. He ain't never been a dude that talked about gunplay in his songs or talked about all type of street bravado. He ain't even full of that. You know what I mean? So what? It looks silly. It looks silly with him doing that. And then again, he's doing all that. I feel like he's up in the ante because he know Wale ain't a street dude, and he know he can get away with saying all this crazy stuff to him, and he feel like, oh, ain't nothing gonna happen to me because it's just Wale. Wale ain't gonna do nothing. So he feel like he gonna talk to academics and Wale and them crazy like this. When he gonna be very careful when he talking to other people, like when he got into it with 50. He was very careful. Now again, he did throw shots, and he called 50 a rat. One of my favorite freestyles of recent memory, Wale went up there with Funkmaster Flex. What'd he say? What do you say? Keep it 100. We don't never keep it 50, and don't co-sign no rats over here, my G. I think he was trying to call 50 that in a minute in that verse. But even when he was saying certain stuff, he was still being respectful, and he was still towing a line with 50. He ready to go all, like, you ready to crash out, and it seemed like every time he get mad, he be ready to crash out over dudes over the internet. People making memes over the internet got you really ready to crash out and really ready to slide really in the street when you got children and people to care for. Come on, man. It shouldn't be all this. But again, he reminded me of Tupac. When Pac, and I'm a big fan of Pac, but right before that stuff happened with Pac and Orlando Anderson, he was doing a lot of things the wrong way, acting very emotionally. He wasn't emotionally intelligent. He couldn't keep his emotions in check, and was just wilding out off of anything, going off of the ledge, saying the most disrespectful stuff he could ever think of, doing the most wild, outlandish things he could ever think of, all for the sake of disrespecting people, and all for the sake of keeping his bravado high because he was mad. And you got to be smarter than that. Even when you mad, brother, take a pause, take a deep breath, and evaluate, man, should I be doing this? Should I really be carrying myself like this? Is this something that I really, really want to be doing? Or should I handle this in a different way? There's always certain ways to handle situations. And I think that I really think he chose the wrong way to handle these situations. You got a problem with Wale, call him. All this going on Twitter, calling him, talking about you could have got him stretched and got him touched. Bro, how you know people don't love Wale? That'll whoop you when they see you. Stomp you out, or possibly worse. Because how you threatening a dude, especially street dudes don't like when you try to intimidate other dudes who not street. Right? Like, you know, I know people who wasn't street that, matter of fact, when one of my homies was wilding out in Chicago, he was a street dude. I was never a street dude. He wasn't gonna let you talk to me crazy because he knew I was a good dude. So Meek better be careful and relax.